Hi, and welcome to Edolab Markets. Today we are going to work with the whole moving average, using Edo HMA Core. A normal moving average always lags. The longer you make it, the smoother it gets, but the later it turns. The whole average is built to fix exactly that. It weights the most recent data far more heavily, so it hugs price and turns almost as soon as the trend does, while staying smooth. This version takes that whole average and colors it by its own slope, so the line itself tells you the direction. On Broadcom Weekly the line is green and rising, and the panel is calling the state trend up. The whole reading starts with one line and its color. Green means the whole average is sloping up. Red means it is sloping down. A neutral blue means it has gone flat. On Valero Weekly you can follow the entire cycle, green up into 2023, red through the correction, and green again on the move to new highs. You are not reading a number here. You are reading the color of a line that turns early. Right now it is green and steep, and the slope in the panel is over 3%. There is a second, faster whole average on the chart, and it is thinner. It uses a shorter length, 21 against 55, so it reacts before the main one. When the fast line crosses the main line, the indicator prints a small cross. That is the acceleration signal. On Kimberly-Clark Weekly you can see these crosses marking each change of pace, well inside the bigger move. The panel keeps it to one row, fast above slow, or fast below slow. The bigger signal is the inflection marker, the triangle. A triangle is printed at the exact candle where the main whole average changes the sign of its slope, the moment it turns. A green triangle below the bar is a turn up. A red triangle above it is a turn down. On Wells Fargo Weekly each triangle sits right on the pivot of the line, not several candles late like a slow average would be. That early turn is the whole reason to use a whole average instead of a simple one. The same reading works on the way down. On TotalEnergies Weekly the line was green and rising into the recent high, and then it rolled over. The moment the slope turned negative, the line went red and a triangle marked the top. The panel now reads trend down, with a negative slope. Red and falling is not a signal to short blindly. It is context, the pace of the move has turned against the trend. Between the price and the whole average there is a soft fill, tinted with the color of the state. Its job is to show you at a glance how far price has run from its own average. On the gold ETF Weekly the fill was thin all the way up, price hugging the line, and then it opened up wide on the drop. That gap is measured in the panel as price versus HMA. Here price is over 11% below the line. A wide fill means the move is stretched. It does not say it will snap back, only that it is far from home. The most useful state is often the quiet one, flat. When the slope drops close to zero, the line goes neutral and stops giving a direction. On Chainlink Weekly you have long stretches where the whole average just drifts sideways, flipping green and red every few weeks. That is the indicator telling you there is no trend to trade, the same information a flat line always gives, but here you see it in the color and the slope. A flat whole average is a filter, it keeps you out of the chop. All of it is summarized in the panel, in the top right corner. The first row is the state, trend up, trend down, or flat. The second is the slope itself, as a percentage, so you see not just the direction but how steep it is. Then price versus HMA, the distance we just saw in the fill. And the fast row, and the type and length in use, so you always know which settings you are reading. Let's open the settings and go through them. The first block is the whole average itself, the length, 55 by default, the source, and the line width. And the type, because there are 3 ways to build a whole average. Standard is the classic hull. Exponential is smoother. Triple gives the sharpest, earliest turns of the 3. On the Australian dollar against the yen you can see the line redraw as the type changes. Cancel puts it back. Back in the settings, the rest controls what you see. The fast cross block turns the second hull average on or off, and sets its length and width. The state block controls the inflection triangles and the slope look back, how many bars are used to judge the turn. And the fill between price and the line, with its opacity, plus the colors and the panel corner. On Lockheed Martin Weekly the defaults are a good place to start. The indicator ships with 6 alerts, and you reach them from the Create Alert dialog. They cover the 2 inflection turns, the slope flipping up and down, the 2 fast crosses, and the 2 moments when price itself reclaims or loses the whole average. None of them is a buy or a sell order. They mark that a condition has been met on the closed candle. Edo HMA Core is free and open source. You will find the full script on TradingView, and everything else on our website, www.edolab.io. Structure before signals. This is Edolab Markets, and we'll see you in the next video.